Last time we began a scenario where Vegeta started training Gohan, and we got up to the Buu saga and saw the results of that. Although, one downside to this is that Gohan had so much power that it helped revive Buu. So, what is everyone going to do about it now? We'll be seeing all that and more in this part 2 of What If Vegeta Trained Gohan. Thankfully, everyone is uninjured at the moment. Gohan is a little bit worn out because he did have to fight the minions, but it's not really too much, and Kibito is able to heal him back to full health. Shin and Kibito are terrified seeing Buu there. Shin tells everyone they need to leave right now. There's no way they're going to win this, they're going to lose. But Vegeta simply looks over at him and smiles, telling Shin that no, they'll win. Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2 and is the first to fight Buu, just to help gauge his power. Goku offers to help with Super Saiyan 3 as well. It's going to burn through his time here in the living world, but still, it's at least worth a shot. Gohan asks them to give him a bit of time. They need to gauge Buu's power first before they go in all out. In case he's stronger than they think, they're going to need the extra energy to get out of here. And Gohan is able to actually hold off Buu very briefly. Very briefly. Buu is strong, but it's still not hopeless. This tells Gohan two things. One, if they all work together at full power, they should be able to defeat him with ease. It shows him some of Buu's abilities, like his regeneration and magic. Wait, is he serious? They could beat Buu? Gohan says it might be a bit tough, but with their current strength, at their full power, they should be able to. And now that they know where Buu's power lies, it's time to strike. And Gohan says he's not going to mess up here. Everyone's relying on him. He wants to make sure he finishes the right way. And for that reason, he's not going to try to do this alone. He still has regret for what happened with Cell, especially seeing Goku here. In the end, he did eventually beat Cell, but at what cost? He tells Vegeta and Goku he wants them to completely power up. This might actually be a bit overkill, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So, Goku shows off Super Saiyan 3, with Vegeta also showing it off surprisingly. Which surprises Goku because he didn't know Vegeta actually had it. He said he was on the cusp of it, but he didn't realize that meant he actually did have it. Vegeta says he'll explain later, just focus on the battle for now. With Gohan also going to Super Saiyan 3, they attack Buu simultaneously. And Gohan tells the other two, don't try and fight him, just finish it. Gohan charges a Kamehameha, with Goku doing the same, with Vegeta in the middle of them preparing a final flash. A triple Super Saiyan 3 strike. The three beams all coalesce together, hitting Buu with their full power, and completely eradicating him actually. Babidi tries to shield himself from this, but it's already too late, and with how massive the blast is, he's actually caught in it and killed as well. The three all power back down into base. Goku says that might have not been necessary. Seeing Gohan's full power, he might have been able to do that alone. And Gohan actually did know that. It would be a bit tough for him to do it on his own, but still, he wanted to be extra careful here. This way he knew it was a guaranteed win. And besides, if he only has limited time to see Goku again, he's glad he got to see his all-out power and fight alongside Goku too. The Kais thank everyone for their help and depart Earth. They didn't expect everyone on Earth to be that powerful, and they hoped that Buu wouldn't be revived in the first place, but hey, it all worked out and nothing really bad happened, so it's all good. The group returns to the tournament. Now in their place, the Battle Royale did start, but they weren't gone too long. And since the tournament was a bit of a dud, they do need the show to go on, kinda. And Vegeta has a really good idea. He goes over to Mr. Satan, asking him to pull some strings. Look, they don't have to restart the whole tournament over, but give him the chance to fight Kakarot one-on-one. It'll make for a really good show for the spectators, too. And since it won't be an official tournament match, Mr. Satan won't have to worry about fighting them either. Mr. Satan's terrified because he can't tell if this is a thinly veiled threat or not. And it actually isn't, but just to be safe and not have to fight Vegeta, he pulls some strings and they're able to get a match going. One final match for the tournament, Vegeta versus Goku. Seeing some of his power against Buu, he could tell that Goku did train non-stop, and Goku's pretty impressed too. Vegeta did mention that he was on the cusp of Super Saiyan 3, but he didn't realize Vegeta actually had it. And yeah, he does, he just doesn't really like using it, and he hasn't worked with it since he actually got it. He still doesn't want Goku holding back even with his advantage, but he can't use Super Saiyan 3 so recklessly. When he uses it, it drains him so much that it's basically not worth using, unless he really needs one burst of power, like in that circumstance. And Goku tells Vegeta not to worry, he won't hold back here. He knows Vegeta wants him to go all out. At first, the two start fighting in Super Saiyan 2, just so they could have an even match later. Of course, not only has he been training Gohan, but he's been training himself. He's much stronger than he would have been in this tournament. And thanks to having such a great training partner, he did grow a significant amount, and he unlocked Super Saiyan 2 a lot earlier on. It seems Vegeta has a slight edge in Super Saiyan 2 at least, but tells Goku they still need to go all out. So the two launch up in the air, powering up into Super Saiyan 3. This will be the finishing blow, and this will decide the victor. At maximum speeds, the two launch towards each other. No one in the stands can even comprehend what's going on, except for the few people that are fighting alongside Goku and Vegeta. They're flying at each other way too quickly. And it ends with a clash midair, with a colorful explosion of ki in the sky. When that dissipates, everyone sees Goku and Vegeta floating midair, both in base, each with a fist in each other's face. They each fall down to the ground, each falling outside of the ring. But by a split second, Vegeta hits the ground first. So, even though they knock each other out, the tournament rules declare Goku a victor. And once they regain consciousness, it kinda does give Goku memories of the good old days. You know, the 22nd World Tournament, that's basically what happened with him and Tenshinhan. But regardless of the tournament rules, the two of them seem to be even in strength. And it was a fun battle while it lasted. Vegeta tells Goku once he's dead, they're going to fight again. And there's not going to be any weird tournament rules or anything, it's going to be an actual all-out match. Goku enjoys the rest of his time in the living world, and eventually does return to Otherworld. So at least for now, he's going to stay dead. But he's not going to stop training though, not in the slightest, especially knowing what he's facing on Earth. He's going to train harder than he ever has before, despite already training constantly 24/7. It looks like he needs to crank it up a notch. He was hoping he'd be able to surpass Gohan, but it doesn't seem like that's the case here. He's proud of Gohan's growth, and pretty surprised to see Vegeta as a teacher, but more importantly, just glad to see Gohan as strong as he is, even if they didn't get to fight in an actual tournament. We enter a brief time skip in between this arc and Battle of Gods. Gohan and Videl still happens like normal, and in terms of training, Gohan also starts to train with Piccolo a lot more this time around. Vegeta has been a big help, but he also kinda got what he wanted out of this. Besides, both are busy with their families right now, and Vegeta also kinda needs to train Trunks. He can't really train both of them at the same time, and Gohan's basically learned all that he could from Vegeta. Again, Vegeta's not really a teacher in the first place, so he doesn't know what else he could teach Gohan. He was basically helping him hone his movements as a warrior and unlock more power as a Saiyan. But also, he knows that whatever Gohan's aiming for next, it's not something Vegeta could help with. It's gonna be something unique to him. And frankly, Vegeta doesn't think he's a good enough teacher for that. But he's proud enough. Seeing Gohan get strong, that kinda is his own strength in a way, since he was the one to help him get that. And he wants to see Trunks grow the same way. For now, Gohan's gonna go back to his first teacher. Piccolo is impressed that he kept up with his training that much, and has that sort of power now. He wonders how far Gohan's power could truly go. Whatever he's aiming to get next, it might not be related to his Saiyan side. It might be something completely different, something completely unique to him. They won't know for sure. So Gohan goes down a new path with Piccolo. Vegeta begins training Trunks as well. And Goten even probably would join along with Trunks because Trunks might bring him along to training one day. Great. Vegeta's an actual teacher right now. He didn't want it to turn out this way, he just wanted to train Trunks, but hey, at least this way he kills two birds with one stone and just trains the two of them together. And besides, Trunks does need a good training partner. It's good that he has someone around his power to spar with. The two of them train more casually, but still, they train regularly and under Vegeta, so it does help them a bit. And of course, Goku's keeping up with everything in Otherworld, continuing to try and push beyond his limits. Their story doesn't end here though. Towards the end of this brief time skip, we get to when Battle of Gods is supposed to happen. Right off the bat, there's two big changes. Goku's not on Earth, but Beerus will visit him on King Kai's planet because he still would be there. And also, there's no Boo here. So Beerus doesn't have someone stealing his pudding. Beerus goes to King Kai's planet first and does face Goku, but he knows nothing of the Super Saiyan God. When he eventually goes to Earth, he sees two particularly strong Saiyans, Vegeta and Gohan. But they also know nothing about it either. Thankfully though, they eventually come to the idea of summoning Shenron to ask about it. But there is one big issue. Even when misinterpreting what Shenron says, they still don't have enough Saiyans for that. So Whis clarifies what Shenron means. He can actually bring Goku here, but it still seems like they need one more Saiyan. Okay, well, first of all, that's pretty big news that he could just bring Goku here. He tells them that it'll be temporary just for that. But thankfully, Videl reveals that she's pregnant and she can actually help with this too. As a nice added bonus, Whis does bring Goku to Earth for a bit. It's a good thing they met him before, but even if they didn't, Vegeta and Gohan probably would have suggested him in the first place. Beerus was interested in Goku's power, but he can't necessarily have a rival who's dead. So who's going to become the Super Saiyan God here? Now, Gohan's the obvious choice because he is the strongest here, but he declines it. This isn't the path that he's looking for. He wants to unlock his own power, and this is just going to put him off that trail. He's sure the form will be great, but it's not something that he should be using. So with Goku and Gohan not becoming the Super Saiyan God, Vegeta's the next obvious choice. And he's more than willing to do it. They do the ritual on Vegeta, and he transforms into the first Super Saiyan God, starting a battle with Beerus. Of course, he's not going to be able to beat Beerus, but Beerus does get to see more of what Vegeta's like now on Earth. He's interested in Vegeta's new lifestyle. It's not very Saiyan-like, or Prince-like for that matter. Vegeta says Earth has changed him, thanks to all the people around him. He resented Kakarot at first, but it is because of him and Gohan. Of course, his family does have something to do with it as well, especially Bulma. But as a warrior, it's more so with those two. They changed his outlook completely on fighting and training. And to think, he almost gave up fighting completely after the Cell Saga. And of all people, those two were the ones who changed his views on power and fighting so much. He never would have guessed. And maybe, without even realizing it, it's because of them that he's as strong as he is now. He has that same sort of power. That same motivation that he nearly lost. Not to mention the fact that he's a righteous-hearted Saiyan that's fit for the ritual too. However, even with this godly power, he could tell he still has a long way to go. And who knows, he might even be surpassed again. It's happened before, so he's learned to deal with it. But this time around, he won't mind. Vegeta's confident in his own strength. He knows he's strong regardless, even if he might not be the strongest. And Beerus admires that, but tells Vegeta even though he's the strongest right now, that's just in mortal terms. He has a long way to go in terms of gods, and not just Beerus, but everyone above him too. But he has no doubt that Vegeta can eventually become the strongest in Universe 7. It might take centuries, but still, it could happen. and Vegeta says that's fine by him. The fight ends with Beerus knocking Vegeta out, interested in his power and glad to have had that battle, and just as importantly, glad to have found all the good food on Earth. He's definitely going to be revisiting sometime. Eventually Beerus does return to Earth, and this time around, Vegeta's actually able to appeal to Whis, just so he could train under him. Thankfully he doesn't even need to appeal to Whis. Beerus says that Vegeta should go along with him regardless. If he's truly going to be his rival, he's going to need some godly training to go along with that. And much to Vegeta's surprise, once he arrives on the planet, he sees someone that he didn't expect to see there. Kakarot? Oh yeah, Beerus did forget to mention. Recently he got Goku to come here, just to see if he can unlock the same power as well. They even offered to try to get the ritual done on him, but Goku declined. Also on top of that, they kinda need to be strict with him and can't let him go to the living world on Earth. And really he shouldn't be on Beerus' planet either, but since Beerus is the god of destruction, he allows it. Goku had some special permission to come here, and as much as he'd love to go back to Earth, he can't because he's still dead. But this is great for the both of them. Goku is going to be the next to become a Super Saiyan god. He's going to train for it though. And while Vegeta didn't necessarily like the ritual, at least this gives him an opportunity to train and make the power his own. Make it feel like he earned it too. And the best part is, he has another good training partner up here. And he'll finally get to have that rematch with Goku. Although, right now it's a little bit one-sided. An all-out match won't be fun until Kakarot's also a Super Saiyan god, so Vegeta will wait for a bit. And as we enter this new era, this is where we'll leave off for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next time? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel and shows me you want to see more like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.